Hey guys, and welcome to my condensed summary of the changes with the patch 6.38 changes that are going on today. We're looking at some server upgrades to the North American servers, which is super exciting for me. I'm hoping that it improves a little bit of combat flow. We're looking at the Savage loot being completely unlocked, tons of PvP balancing changes, a new PvP tier, tons of bugs, and PvP reworks. So we have a lot, so let's get into it. So first off, is anyone looking to get into Savage this tier, this is going to be a great time as all loot restrictions have been removed now from this tier, meaning that you can clear as many times as you want in a row without any restrictions. You can have anyone in the group, doesn't matter how many times they've cleared, you're going to get the maximum loot drop every single time. They also removed the restrictions around upgrading your Tomestone weapon to item level 630, which also allows it to be dyed, so even if you don't want the stats but you just want the glamour options, you can totally do this, and I think that that's great. Specifically, you're going to get Moonshine Brine that can be bought from Nezvaz at Rods at Han, and then to get the Discal Tomestone, to get the weapon in the first place, you can just farm the 8th circle normal mode with no restrictions there either. So super accessible time. I think that this is such a good time for anyone who has any interest in Savage raiding to give it a shot. Hey, we have like 2 months until the next patch drop, so I mean, why not? Give it a shot, see if you like it. Next section is going to be PvP changes, and we're looking at some significant buffs and nerfs here. First up, Paladin is going to be getting a long-awaited nerf to Phalanx from 50% damage reduction to 33%. It's still going to be super extremely strong though. Like, that 33% in PvP is definitely going to be strong. Next up is going to be the Warrior with its Blowaz getting its slow effect reduced from 5 seconds to 3. Wait, is this a typo in the notes? Isn't it bolus? I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm gonna stop talking because I might be wrong. Monk is getting a small buff with its Phantom Rush being increased from 10,000 to 12,000 potency. Dragoon is getting tweaks to their Sky Shatter ability, their ultimate. In general, the potency of it was nerfed from 18,000 to from 20,000 to 18,000, but the direct radius was buffed from 30,000 to 32,000, so it will reward aiming a bit better, but you're in general not going to hit as hard. But then again, it's such a strong ability that I don't know if many people notice this at all. We'll see if I die to it, I guess. Aside from that, they also changed the barrier strength from scaling with 25% of maximum HP to a cure potency of 24,000. Ninja's getting a range nerf, which, oof, might feel really bad. So Fuma Shuriken, Hyosho Ranryu, and Gyoka Mekyaku were all nerfed from 25 to 20 yards range, so that's going to be a 20% decrease. We're going to see how that feels. I don't know how that's going to feel. Reaper's Plentiful Harvest ability has been buffed from a 20,000 to 24,000 damage. Thank goodness for any Reaper buffs towards damage, honestly. They definitely need some love. Dancer's Curing Waltz, their heal ability is getting buffed from 8,000 to 10,000 potency, so if you overlap, this goes from a 16,000 to a 20,000 potency heal, so that's pretty nice actually, good utility. If you said this many months ago about Black Mage buffs, people would be up in arms being like, what? But Black Mage buffs are now here, and Black Mage, since the nerf storm, hasn't been quite as strong as before, and so now Burst has a bit more of a barrier, up from 12,000 to 16,000 potency, so roughly a 33% increase. I think they might need it, honestly. Red Mage is getting some love. Magic Barrier and Frazzle are getting increased duration from 8 to 10 seconds. Southern Cross, their ultimate, is also getting a significant rework, so they're reducing the impact of your shift stance from black or white shift stance, or it matters a little bit less now, and moving that power into the baseline potency of the ultimate, so you get a bit more consistency with that. Scholar is getting their Adloquium skill to do a little bit less direct healing, down to 3,000 from 4,000, but they are getting a significant shield boost from the shield being 4,000 potency to now 6,000 potency, so I'd say that's a solid net gain, honestly. I do like berries a lot more than direct healing. Haha, the berry healer main saying that. Shocking. Tell me another good joke, Cole. I can't help it, I just like them. I just think it's really cool. Last change is that Astrologian is getting Fall Malefic buff, where Fall Malefic, when used after double cast, gives you last cooldown on your next cast of double cast, and so it basically lets you get out more double casts. It's just kind of like a net gain that way. But they're buffing this cooldown reduction on your next cast of double cast, how many times am I gonna say cast in a row, from 7.5 seconds to 10 seconds. And so you're going to be doing a bit more double casting. But for those who didn't play Astro, that might be worded very weirdly, but basically you're going to be using more double cast if you use Fall Malefic now. which is nice. Let's talk about larger Crystalline conflict changes. The first up thing is going to be the time to unbind the tactical crystal has been reduced from 30 to 20 seconds, which will make matches significantly faster to start. Not gonna lie, thank goodness. I feel like I was in that cage for way too long, so this is very welcome. The next thing is that they increase the chances to get a Clockwork Castletown Parade, which I think could be fun. More chaos in that map is always going to be welcome. And then lastly, they're going to be changing the seasons from Season 5 of Crystalline Conflict to Season 6. And so we're looking at new rewards, new ladders, more opportunities for everyone, which I think is always great. And then we're going to be ending this on the fact that the North American servers are getting their server update with this, which is going to be absolutely huge. I made a video on it and I'm actually blown away that it got like as many views as it did. I thought no one would care, but there's not much that I'm going to say here. I'm just going to say this is really good for the long-term health of the game. This is the kind of investment you want to see a company do, and when you're playing an MMORPG, generally speaking, you want to play it for a long period of time. And so just the devs doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on they're supporting this game. They're going to make it a long-term thing, and I think that that's something that everyone should rejoice about. And I'm being maybe too optimistic, some people have told me, but I do remain optimistic that, hey, they're upgrading the server architecture, that it's going to have some kind of impact on the gameplay. Surely, otherwise they wouldn't invest it. So we're going to have to see how many changes that does, but I am very excited, very optimistic. Anyhow, with that done, we are looking at the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for being here, and sorry that this video is delayed, but it's just like, when did this come out? This came out like, yeah, this came out like at like so early in the morning, so I was asleep. Anyhow, take care everyone.